Why does it seem like Jazmine Sullivan is everywhere all of the sudden? There are a couple of good reasons, and we're going to talk about them right now. Hey everybody, Chris King here with Love Live Music. Welcome or welcome back to my video channel. If you've never been here before and you love live music and you love hearing a stranger talk about music, well, we won't be strangers long if you just subscribe to my channel. What we're talking about today is Jazmine Sullivan. Jazmine Sullivan, over the course of the last few days, has seemingly been everywhere, right? I mean, NPR Tiny Desk Concert, which we're going to talk about here in a few minutes. She performed 4 or 5 songs there, and her new record, Heaux Tales, came out. And then a couple of days after that, you've got her on the Jimmy Fallon show performing on a national TV stage. And then moments ago, the Pitchfork Best New Music Review for Heaux Tales hit as well. So Jazmine Sullivan, what a week or several days that we've seen from this artist. And this is happening for a couple of reasons. And I'm going to get to those, one of which you've got to know is Jazmine Sullivan is an incredibly good singer and talent and songwriter. And what she's developed here with Heaux Tales, that's Heaux, Heaux Tales. This is, I'm guessing, not a Louisiana thing. This is something else. It's a concept album that she's put out that is not unlike the Miseducation of Lauryn Hill. The Lauryn Hill record that was a generational type album and a generational type talent. Here we are with Jazmine Sullivan's 4th album, and this is going to turn a lot of heads. I know her last record went to #1 on the R&B hip hop chart. This one is poised to cross over. If you've seen the NPR performance, you might know what I'm talking about. And that's what I want to get to first, is a discussion of the NPR performance. Then a little bit later, we're going to talk about the Jimmy Fallon performance and the one special thing that has happened here that is a reason for some of this success. Again, one of the main reasons, or the most main reason for all of this, is Jazmine Sullivan's talent. It is on full display here. If you go to the NPR Tiny Desk website or their YouTube, I'll put a link down in my description here. This set that she does, it's like 5 songs, 18 minutes, on fire. It is so good. It is so much better than a couple of the other Tiny Desk that I've seen lately, and I won't bring those up because there is zero question in my mind that this Jazmine Sullivan set is 100% organic and live. You can tell in her vocals, you can tell in the instrumentation. It's a great scene. The set, very subdued, not a lot of, fireworks and glitz and glamour here. This is Jazmine Sullivan in a stripped down environment. She's got 3 or 4 backup singers. She's got a band, guitar, bass, drums, everybody in black. Jazmine Sullivan wearing a cool kind of long trench coat type look. The room is dark, and it is really focusing on her and her microphone and her incredible talent. Starts off with the track Bodies. This song, what a great introduction, because this really sets the stage for the concept of the album, which seems to be a lot of stories about love and loss, sexuality, the female dynamic. And whereas I've not listened to the whole album, I've definitely watched this NPR performance a couple of times, and I think it starts off amazingly with this track Bodies. It has so many changes in the song, so many different twists and turns that is not like a traditional structure. There's some real theatrical component to what she's doing, which as a concept album makes a lot of sense, right? Then we get to her second song, The Other Side. I love it, but it reminds me so much of a track from Hamilton. And I'm going to find that track from Hamilton. I'm going to figure out what it is about this song that has a piece of it. Maybe it's just a stanza. Maybe it's part of the hook or the melody that reminds me so much of Hamilton. I'm not sure what it is, but I'm going to figure it out. If you know what I'm talking about, leave it in the comments. Next up, the third track, Lost One. This is, it's kind of a heartbreaker of a track. If you've ever been through a breakup and you read the lyrics to this song and you understand, and she gets to that moment of just crying out, just don't have fun without me. It is painful to listen to, but joyous to see her as an artist nail this song. Then we've got a track from one of her old records called Let It Burn. And this is probably the first time throughout that I feel like Jazmine Sullivan's probably done this number enough times that she looks super comfortable. She dances around a little bit. She seems to be really relaxed. Her delivery of it is incredibly confident. And it's really, really great. It's a great fourth track and an altogether outstanding piece of live work. This NPR Tiny Desk thing, you got to check it out with Jazmine Sullivan, because she ends it by bringing out her to do their song, Girl Like Me, which is another, you listen to the words and you're just like, this is a heartbreaking theme in this song, Girl Like Me. And I think that's a big part of her album, Heaux Tales, which again, I haven't listened to. I've certainly heard a couple of the tracks from it a few times now. So I have kind of a vibe for what I think it is, but I really want to listen to the whole thing because I love the NPR Tiny Desk Concert of Jazmine Sullivan. And I'm going to put that link down there and you've got to check it out. Next up, she was on Late Night with Jimmy Fallon, where she did Girl Like Me without her on stage with the accompaniment. Still, good song. Stage setup is her as a three-piece. She's got a guitar player that's playing some percussive stuff on his pick guard, so it's got a little bit of a beat to it while he plays very tasteful notes. She's got a bass player, and I could not catch any of the bass line. I could tell he was playing, but I just couldn't catch the bass line on the audio. And then you've got her who, I can't say that this necessarily felt as organically live as the NPR concert. Still, a good delivery of the song. Not my favorite compared to the NPR version. That live version felt a lot better. I like how she sang it differently in both cases. And I can see how they would appeal to different people through each performance. Not that that's what she's trying to do. I can just see that, hey, you can sing it this way and some people like it. You can sing it this way and other people like it. Me personally, I don't love when vocalists put too much, what I've always kind of thought of as vocal gymnastics into line after line after line of the song. I would rather it be a build-up and you get it in small doses, or maybe all at once really big at the end of song or something like that. But I feel like that might be a little bit of the difference in two of the performances. So the other big thing that made all this happen, you think about it, NPR Tiny Desk on either the day before or the day of her new album EP dropping. You line up the Fallon spot a couple of days later, and it coincides with an excellent review. What a great job for the publicity team of Jazmine Sullivan to really push it and get it out there. Because I tell you, I would not have caught this if I wouldn't have been hit over the head with it in so many different media outlets. And so my introduction to Jazmine Sullivan is a little bit new, but man, I sure did like what I saw, and I loved what I heard, and I'm looking forward to hearing the whole record. I don't know if I'll do a review of it. I don't really do reviews of albums on the regular here. You know, if it's a live album, then yeah, I feel like that's in my wheelhouse to talk about. And if it's some of my more favorite stuff, but really I like to review the tracks, like if it's a new track from a band we haven't heard from in a while, or if it's something new and exciting, I'd like to give my opinion on. But really, you know, live shows, live, audio or video type things, the VR stuff's fun. That's the kind of stuff that I'm trying to do in my videos, like the one that's coming up right here. My name's Chris King, and I love live music.